Good morning!
Welcome to your favorite Saturday morning TV show. We call this Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan, and of course I do this with
Eno Safo. As always, the show is live and interactive, so you can definitely join us with your comments, your concerns, your wishes, your input to the WhatsApp number 0204-447-033, 0204-447-033. Alternatively, you can send that message to social media using the hashtag Breakfast Daily Weekend.
Absolutely. On the show today, we have a wide array of exciting activities coming your way to your comfort, for your relaxation, bringing you all the warmth you need, from our news review segment up all the way to our sports segments where we wrap up the show. It's a fun-filled, packed show for you. Of course, we'll be telling you about the Agri Fair. You know, the one was spectacular. I can't wait for day 2 and of course day 3. You were there yesterday.
Unfortunately, we were doing regular programming here at work, so some of us were here. Why are you too bad for me? Did you go yourself?
I was there,
Are you sure?
I was there for a brief time though.
But I did hear that, I was being looked for. Samiri Afi kept calling me, where are you? Like, you were there, some of us are here, so we're holding the fort at the office.
What happened was
we'll definitely be there today.
I had to go cover the final vetting of the Supreme Court nominee, Justice Teria Kweku Akabuafo. Oh my God, the intellect, right? The legal knowledge at display. What happened was that right after, I quickly dashed, Parliament and Ifo Sutherland Park.
Are very close. Very
close. You take the Rich Church School turn, literally there. So I just dashed there to go and bomb me Akohoma. Oh my God. When I got there, I was just seeing, it was unbelievable. And there were so many people, and I was wondering for day 1, right? Because usually the thing with city events is that it peaks as it goes on, right? So, and if this is day 1, you can imagine what today will look like. And
I'm scared a little. But I mean, if the First Sutherland Park is big enough to contain everybody,
absolutely.
So we do encourage you to pass by. We definitely would love to see you. And I'll definitely be there today. For all those who were looking for me yesterday, I apologize.
Sorry, I know you're a star girl.
No,
you're a big woman.
I'm a big woman, as Bernard will say.
When I grow out to be like you, you have to show. You have to show me the way.
I have to show you I'm sure you're also being looked for. Maybe the person just didn't tell you.
It's for me. I'm so excited, right? That people are, beginning to see, and a lot of these things are. Let's reiterate the point that they are homegrown, homemade, right here on our lands, and people are now seeing the need to patronize made in Ghana more, right? And the quality are displayed, the word is not come, like the deliberate packaging, the intentionality, that's the word I wanted. The intentionality, people are paying serious attention to how, they package their products for sale. And for me, I'm so proud of how far we are coming as a people, and the fact that now we are paying attention more and more to some of these things. And of course, the highlight for a lot of people was the livestock area, right? Where rabbits were on display, where goats were on display, where sheep were on display, where chickens were on display. And it was unbelievable. And I think that the prisons farm, the Ghana Prison Service, I think their farm kind of took the highlight of the day. There's this video of like one of the prison officers, Oja Abeno. That's how people call it, right? Oja Abeno. Just it was.
No, Oja is for cassava.
And I'm sorry. It's Abeno Ocha. Ocha. I'm like a prison officer there. I bet for home. But apparently they have farms. They are doing so much there. So yeah, they took promises to be exciting, even better. Right.
Yeah, I saw Caleb at a live palm wine tapping. Now that's where my interest lies. I mean, that's one of the very first things I'm interested in seeing. So we're gonna go and taste that fresh palm wine, and I've never seen it being tapped before, so I'm very interested in that as well. Seeing the fresh palm wine being tapped. And look at the, fresh tilapia being descaled so that, the minute you get home, you can...
And, we spoke to some people there and they said to us that it is way cheaper than they find it on the ordinary market.
Of course.
Right? So, and
I mean, that's what we promised, right? And we're delivering. And I had some tilapia kebab and tilapia burger. And
tilapia burger?
Yeah.
Oh, please, they should relax for us.
So I really want to go and taste that as well. Tilapia burger. I mean, tilapia and burger. It would be very interesting to note. Oh, and then I saw there were also plants, seedlings for sale as well, and a variety of drinks that people have farms for, but then they just process it into that. Look at the Percocet tea. Oh my word! I'm off what Germany Jami.
I know.
We'll definitely be there today. Definitely be. If you miss today, I do hope that you find your way there on Sunday at least, because Sunday is the last day. And today the Chinchin band will be there, so you don't want to miss that as well. If for nothing at all, you just come for the entertainment. And I know that a lot of people were saying that it was actually cheaper. A woman said she saved 200 Ghana cedis, or like if she had gone to the market to go and purchase all the things that she was carrying. Yeah. She would have been more. And then I saw Power Pass, or in Accra they call it Kayaye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Kayayes there also cashing out. So Charlie,
there's something for everybody.
That's the word. Something for everybody. Wow. Everybody cashed out. Everybody was happy, and that's that's what we promised, right?
Like I was saying, maybe just to emphasize the points on the intentionality of our farmers, right, or the exhibitors there. In the past, like the Freckers and do rapidly on graphic, can it be Charlie Chaka? But now they are deliberate about how it comes out to the consumer, and for me, it's a major step.
Right.
So shout outs to everybody who played a role in making this like a huge success.
Definitely.
Yeah. There's an issue though, somebody was telling me that they should teach the young men of today how to kill live chickens and goats.
You can't. As for chicken, I think that it will be about goats, no?
Yeah, is it, Charlie?
I think.
What is happening
there? What is happening? Hey, my friend, you're on live TV.
Apparently, a lot of young men of today can't kill a chicken. They can't kill a goat.
I can't kill a chicken. Let me just state that. I can't.
That is, in the past, Charlie, do the thing, tie the leg and just
cut it.
But right now, a lot of young men can't do it. And it's a problem. Anyway,
Yeah, let's go into our papers. Oh, chicken. Wait, was that? No, that's more than a kilo. I was about to get excited. All right, so let's go into the portals. I have channel1news.com. The one is the digit 1. Some of the stories you'll find: truck kills woman at Botiano. Other stories: adopt climate resilient strategies to safeguard food production. Zebula MP urges government. Prosecutes DCEs, MCEs, police commanders involved in Galamsey. Ashigbe charges Galamsey can't be eliminated. Long-term policy approach needed. That's according to the Chinese ambassador. Agri-Fair Day 1, vendors sell out early as demand surges. Justice Akabwa calls for funding to train judges. Other stories you'll find: NRSA urges government support to sustain billboard removal exercise. And there are photos from the Ifwa Sutherland Park, Day 1 of the Agri-Fair. UK bars South Africa's Julius Malema over controversial views. And GCAG demands probe into 2 NDC chairpersons over alleged Galamsey involvement. In the eastern region, midwife delivers baby on farm in Upper Menya Krobo. Rwanda DRC initial peace agreement ahead of signing next week. In the Ashanti region, the births and deaths registry have resumed services amid ongoing strike. Still in the Ashanti region, in Mamia Makrum, residents allegedly kill 3 suspected robbers after cocoa farmers' murder.
Let me take you to the citynewsroom.com. Big story here. Agri-Fair second day to offer more farm produce, bigger crowd, and increased vendor sales. And I can 100% assure you, on this. Also here, a woman killed by truck at Botiano bus stop. Very, very unfortunate. And I know you saw the video of the UCC accident.
Yes.
And again, you know, our condolences to the family of the bereaved and also those affected. It was just too sad, too gory. In the northern region, the Zebila MP, who was at the Agri-Fair yesterday, has been demanding tough bylaws to halt rampant environmental damage. Also here, MPP's One Village, One Dam couldn't address irrigation concerns up north, also from the Zebila MP. In Accra, or in the Ashanti region rather, probe disgraceful teachers viral fight, Kumewu MP to Ghana Education Service. Gold for oil-built reserves but left city stagnant. That's coming in from the Ekumfi MP. Hassan demands urgent talks threatening to cripple health services. Channel 1 TV's Agri-Fair Day 1, massive turnout empties vendor stalls amid surging demand. Interesting. Don't blame us for Galamsey. Chinese ambassador there speaking. Bring finance minister to repeal Dumso levy. Apenyo marking to majority leader. And also here, NIB destroys 350 million cocaine haul intercepted on the Cape Coast Accra route. Do you get a sense that we are hearing a lot of, you know, drug stories, like cocaine stories, you know, illegal money, you know, being busted? You know, it seems to be on a high, right? And I don't know whether it's the new administration and its law enforcement authorities, you know, going very, very far lengths to expose some of these things, or it's always been in the news, but the media hadn't jumped on it. Because like in the past couple of months, or at least since this new government took over, they busted some dollars, fake dollars somewhere in Accra and gold. They busted some Indians who were smuggling gold and had lots of foreign currencies. I covered a particular press conference at the Gold Board, at the National Investigations Bureau press conference in Accra. And like so many of such stories, you know, except that when they happen, we don't hear a lot of the aftermath of it, or when investigations are ongoing or have been concluded. So that's something we plead with the law enforcement authorities to help us with information, more information, as investigations go on some of these intercepted, you know, illicit drugs and foreign currency, you know, circulating around. And finally, GNPC reaffirms strategic role in West Africa's energy future. And a story that got a lot of people talking on social media. Popular Accra Lounge Garage announces closure June 29 after 5-year run. Have you ever been there before?
Never.
Are you surprised by their
I'm surprised
impromptu
they're
exit?
exiting, because I know that it's the place to be. I mean, I had it on the top of my mind to visit one day, but now that they're closing down, I guess I missed out, because I've heard from my friends that it's a place to be. You know, people have been planning to come from the US to come there. So I'm actually shocked that they're shutting down.
You know, Proud to Garage becoming like a household name in Accra's nightlife scene. There was also another place known as Bloomba, which was
what
like,
happened to that one too?
They also, you know, closed down unannounced, right? You know, very impromptu. And you know, there's a running joke as to why some of these popular night outs are closing down. You know, maybe later.
Is it what I saw on Twitter?
It's crazy, right? The conversation is crazy, but apparently, you know, people are trying to link it to some kind of, you know, because the big boys go there. You know?
Yeah.
And this week we saw a press release from the Interior Minister announcing that some 4 persons had been arrested and been extradited to the US. You know, for investigations into, you know, scams, you know, fraud-related scams.
Is it $100 million?
Yes, that's what we are being told. You know, and we know some of these guys. We see them in our communities. We see them on social media, flaunt, you know, like a lot of wealth, right? And the talk of the town at the time on social media, you know, at least was that there are some investigations going on by some foreign investigative bodies, you know, in the country, looking out for some of these guys involved in some of these scams, allegedly. And it's like it's almost a lot of these guys, right? They show or they flaunt the world at some of these night out spots. I'm not saying necessarily garage, right? And it's people are trying to draw the connections between the investigations going on and some of these night outs.
Some people are even alleging that the FBI probably joined the owner of garage to open it together just so they can see all these things. I mean, there's so many allegations and counter allegations.
And this is not to even say. Let's be clear. This is not to say that people who were into scam were going there. I've not seen any scammer there before.
If you see a scammer, will you see one? Will you notice, or do they have like a trait or something?
There are some people who are very loud on social media, and some of them are even self-acclaimed.
Okay, so they boldly claim that they are scammers.
They are all into the business of this kind of unexplained world, right? So they are doing something, but you don't really know what they are doing. Right. But they seem to have lots of money, and lots of it, and some of them, go as far as I saw a video on TikTok, somebody saying that, yeah, that's what they do. And so what? So...
His time is coming.
Yeah. So like I'm saying, I didn't see any of them, or I've not been to garage to say I've seen somebody there like that. But the conversation on social media is that people are trying to draw the link between investigating bodies, taking on alleged scammers in Ghana, and how popular night out locations are, closing. For you might know there's no relationship. But for you might know that might be a relationship. So we are here to report on this. But people are sad because they had lots of fun there. They had lots of memories there. And I'm sure they'll miss it.
I hope they took a lot of pictures. They can look back on it and then be happy about it. But I'm on graphiconline.com. So the stories you'll find there. Mike Egan deserved the national honor. Former President Kufuor says so. And there's a video of GTech on the misleading use of honorary, doctor, and professor titles. More than 3 billion Ghana cedis injected into Ghana's economy through Gold Board in 4 months. That's according to Kwachio Fosu. PA Conference 2025 launched to champion cross-border growth. FDA approves powerful HIV prevention drug. What to know about years to go. Police arrest man at Nkrakan for concealing suspected Indian hemp in maize. Oh, they're getting creative. This is how much President Mahama's administration saved by discontinuing all paid TV subscriptions at Jubilee House. Gumwa East MP accuses GTech of targeting NDC members over honorary doctorate titles. Justice Akar Boafo Appointments Committee explains why it dismissed petition against Supreme Court nominee. First National Bank receives $35 million capital injection. We integrate children in Galamsey-prone communities into schools, panelists urge. Appointments Committee vets Justice Kweku Teria Akar Boafo.
And that was graphiconline.com.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's interesting you mentioned the story about how much government saved from the, satellite subscriptions, TV subscriptions. Apparently, the figure was 120,000. And people are raising eyebrows, and 120,000 a month. So if you compute it for a year, that's in excess of 1.2 or 1.4 million Ghana cedis to watch, Teletubbies can it be, some way. So, yeah, but of course, there are some offices that need to watch some of these foreign channels on DSTV and all of that.
Especially the press office.
But you can make an exception for them. But a lot of these offices didn't really need it. And, 120 Ghana cedis, I think that money can be used to, like, a special fund could say, we are going to use that money to invest in furniture for schools, right, where children are sitting on the floor. There's obviously a more productive use of that money. And the truth of the matter is that a lot of the offices where these DSTV subscriptions were being paid don't even watch the channel. They don't even have the time to watch it. So why are you paying that kind of money? So kudos President Mahama, kudos Prof. Jane and this administration for this bold decision to cut TV subscriptions. Hopefully they replicate it at other state institutions and we can use the money for more productive, sectors of the economy.
You have another portal opened?
I have the News Center. Okay. The News Center online portal being run by their chief editor, Elvis Darkum. Just brief headlines here. Woman unexpectedly gives birth in toilet, but the baby dies. Very, very sad story. don't blame Chinese nationals for galamsey. That's coming from the Chinese ambassador to Ghana. Gore records 84.7 million profit after tax in 2024. Republic Bank to train SLCB staff under landmark MOU. Mother and 3 children die in road accidents. Very tragic. And finally here, or 2 more here, Israel-Iran war. First Ghanaians evacuated to Turkey. And Ghana Armed Forces to enlist 12,000 youth over the next 4 years. And these are the big stories on the Ghana News Agency. The News Center online portal.
I have the Ghana News Agency. Some of the stories you'll find. China does not condone illegal activities of its citizens. That's according to the ambassador. China reaffirms One China principle, lauds Ghana's enduring support. Other stories you'll find, take responsibility seriously, Council of State Chairman urges MMDCEs. EC rejects accusations of breaching procurement process. 4 public officials charged with corruption over seized rice containers. BOG collaborations with research institutions could fix monetary policy. Professor Yusuf says so. Cape 3 Point community besieged by illegal mining activities. Integrating STEM into TVET key to Ghana's economic transformation. Minister urges MMDCEs to eschew tendencies of being armchair politicians. Those are the stories you'll find on Ghana News Agency.
Let me just bring you some details of this story, right? So Justice Kweku
Wait, before you go into the stories, let me do GhanaWeekend.com quickly. Channel 1 TV's Agri Fair at Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park. There are pictures there. Popular Accra Lounge Garage to close June 29 after 5-year run. Back like I never left, Deborah Dablas speaks after 45-day jail term. John DeMello graces Channel 1 TV's Agri Fair, touts initiative as laudable. I'm a happy Ghanaian. Samini commends Mahama judiciary on justice efforts. Make good music, don't chase hits. Amarado to fellow musicians. Let's support rapper V12 originator Code Mickey urges Ghanaians. Brother Philemon hints at comeback to Ghana's gospel music scene. Hollywood star Jussie Smollett was in Ghana. I wish I had signed Simi and Tenny. That's according to Don Jazzy. Pella Jarvis relationship hits rough patch as both trade accusations online. Mahama names Anthony Joshua boxing ambassador for Africa. And my money is clean. That's according to Shatawale. And he's
who has asked him a question?
Fraudulent.
Charles
when he came live and started making noise.
Charles Ni Ama, what? Is it Mensa or Table?
You're talking
Please, who has asked you a question? We beg you.
Both 2 others arrested in a $100 million fraud scheme.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Bring us the story.
You probably have been up close with him, with that documentary you did. Yeah, for the judiciary, right?
Yes.
Yesterday he was in Parliament. His vetting delayed because there was a petition against him. The chairman of the Appointments Committee, Bernard Ahiafo, yesterday before his vetting dismissed the petition and said that it didn't have any substance for its reason to prevent the nominee from being vetted.
And your market frivolous petition.
Exactly. Also came in and said that, Charlie, wait in him. There's no substance in it. A lot of people have vouched for his integrity, all the time he's been at the appeals court. And he's also admired for his deep legal intellect and his, he's seen as like some modern, techie judge in some way, always talking about technology and the use of it to revolutionize or, change the judiciary. And yesterday was at the vetting committee. He also talked about misconduct. And this story by citynewsroom.com, Justice Akabuafo proposes regulations to clarify misconduct in the judiciary. This is topical because of Article 146 and the CJ removal process. So, excerpt of the story with Supreme Court Judge nominee Justice Kweku Teria Akabuafo has called for a clearer legal definition of stated misbehavior in the context of Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution, suggesting that it is time for Ghana to develop regulations that would provide clarity on the grounds for removing judges from office. He made a proposal on Friday, July 20th, during his vetting by Parliament's Appointments Committee, where the question of judicial accountability and constitutional interpretation came up for scrutiny. Responding to the direct question on whether stated misbehavior under Article 146 should be defined, Justice Akabuafo said, I think at this stage, at this moment, Article 146 has become a topical issue. Maybe it's high time we have a CI or regulation so some of these things can be properly defined and everybody will know the parameters of what these are. So these are the thoughts on Justice Akabuafo. Of course, he went on to talk about the use of AI for AI literacy for the judiciary, calling on members of the bench to embrace it and use it in a responsible manner. Also called for guidelines to to safeguard the use of it. He said child marriage is a no-no. He also called for the expansion of legal education, not just to increase number, but also to meet standards. I think that was a bold. And I think the highlight from one of the very interesting bits of his vetting was when he was asked to recite the national pledge. He was honest enough to say that he can't recite it, even though he knew some of the key phrases and key words in it. But he made a very brilliant point at the end because it was under the context of civic education, civic responsibility, and the likes. And he said that
patriotism is not defined by someone's ability to recite the national pledge.
Exactly.
Yeah. We recite it all the time, but what does it mean to you as a Ghanaian? And are you actually?
Can you recite the national pledge?
I don't remember how we started.
I promise on my honor.
Okay, I promise on my honor.
To be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage won for us through the blood and thought of our fathers. And I pledge myself with all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God. I'm sure I missed the line somewhere, but
I don't know.
Probably be
I think
over 10.
You mentioned
so
you recited it well.
But the point is that some people who were even betting couldn't recite it. So but I like the point he said that that is not how to determine someone's love or patriotic qualities, and that it should go beyond just being able to recite the national pledge or sing the national anthem. Even though I think, for a judge, it's important you know it, at the very least.
He didn't say he didn't know it. He says he knows it, but he cannot recite it. Two different things.
That means you don't know it.
You know it.
If you know it, recite it.
No. Like you said, it does not. Just reciting a pledge does not mean that you're unpatriotic. If you cannot recite it,
it's a good look. It's a good look to be able to
half of the time when you're in school and everybody's reciting it, someone is saying something else, someone is saying something else. So
but honestly, I was so impressed with.
I was also impressed with him
how he wanted.
And I like the fact that he called for the jury duty to be expanded. In other jurisdictions, it encompasses everybody who's, I think, 21 years and above, sound mind, etc. And I think that Ghana should do that so that the jurors will not hold us to ransom and come and tell us that you haven't been paid and so we won't go to court.
Can you imagine
criminal cases are taking forever?
Can you imagine appearing before so the jury pool?
Yeah.
Not necessarily the age.
No. The jury pool. No, not the age. The jury
was the age that would have been
somewhere.
Imagine appearing before a Gen Z judge.
Hey. But have you been to a Gen Z doctor? I actually like them. They're interesting to talk to. Some of the things that you don't expect to come out of their mouth.
I'll listen to a Gen Z doctor prescribe stuff for me, right? I'll probably go under the knife if the person is a surgeon and has met all the qualifications. But I'll think about it deeply. I'll think about it very deeply before I go. But I'll listen to the person because I think I'll be able to relate with a Gen Z doctor more, even though I'm not Gen Z. Let me put on record. But a Gen Z judge, no tell you that, Charlie, your case is on I'm going.
It's on what?
It's on period. No, watch your face and tell you that. Oh, you this man, you will do jail. So the 21 years there. I mean, even come up, but. Please, we don't want Gen Z judges. But, altogether, brilliant vetting across board.
All seven of them. All seven of them. Brilliant. Yeah. So that's our news review segment for you. And when we return, we have one of our favorite segments on the show, What's Happening? Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Imagine a place where technology and compassion meet. A sanctuary of health, precision, and trust. At Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, we redefine excellence. From advanced ultrasound, X-ray, and CT scan services to accurate laboratory, cardiology, and dentistry, our mission is clear: to provide the care you deserve with accuracy, precision, and speed. Your trusted healthcare partner, Olive Health Diagnostics, always ready whenever you need us. Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, redefining excellence in medical diagnostics.
So much love in the air.
What are we looking at?
Thank you guys for joining us on this unforgettable night.
Paw Patrol is on a roll.
It's Max Verstappen in the lead. The megastar is here.
Absolutely sensational.
Let's go!
Just taking a trip down memory lane.
Get unbelievable entertainment that is unbelievably easy to own. Get and stay connected to DSTV.
When the stars come out, Ghana Weekend turns up the lights. From the hottest red carpet moments to the wildest after parties. And for all your celebrations, anniversaries, and unforgettable moments, if it's happening, we are there. First, fast, and fabulously. Your front row pass to Ghana's A-list lifestyle is just a click or a channel away. GhanaWeekend.com and Ghana Weekend TV, where fame meets the fans. Promote your next big event with us, because when you party with the stars, the whole nation of black stars should know. Visit GhanaWeekend.com, watch and subscribe to Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle at GhanaWeekend.com, on X at Ghana Weekend, on TikTok, Ghana Weekend, and on Facebook at Ghana Weekend. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, all access, all glam, all yours.
Asilwela ukunqoba kuphela, kepha silwela ukwakha isizwe esinohlonze. Sekunjalo.
Welcome back to Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV. Just gone by the news review segment with myself and Eno, as we brought to you the big headlines from Friday up until this morning. But for now, we shift our focus to tell you about the latest events happening in a location near you, and we call this the What's Happening segment. We literally help you bring some life to your weekend by telling you all about the exciting activities happening around you. But the truth of the matter is that for this weekend, there's only one. Everything else should just do their thing. But the point is that there's the biggest agri fair to ever happen in this country. It's happening at the First Sutherland's Children's Park, right opposite the National Theatre, and also adjacent the Kempinski Hotel, I believe. Yeah, we can't emphasize this enough. We can't emphasize this enough. And for our What's Happening segment today,
started off
yesterday, and it's continuing. Is this bed also? Has it also on display?
I don't think so. He's going his way. Don't go and catch him and turn him into kebab. He begs you.
Oh my God.
He's going his way.
Wow. Wow.
So that was
wow.
the setup
wow.
for day one.
Wow.
And I think when I was on Eyewitness yesterday and we called Nilate, he was so excited. And I was like, I don't want buying the things or it's like the excitement from, you know, the patrons and the exhibitors had gotten to him. So yeah, he was equally excited about it. And that's when I saw, because he was, when I saw people with pans and all sorts of food items. People couldn't even carry what they had gone to buy. Yeah, so you know where to be today. The Agri Fair at the A4 Sutherland Park starts at 9 a.m. prompt. And you should be there. Buy your fresh farm produce at farm gate prices. We told you it was going to be cheap, and we delivered. Cheap, affordable, there's all sorts of things from rice to chicken, live chicken. They'll kill it for you there. I saw goats. I saw sheep. I saw kebabs. Saw tilapia, catfish. I think I saw a catfish as well. So you have no excuse. Therefore, Sutherland Park is a place to be. And today is when they're also doing the clinics where you get to learn things to scale up your farms and your business, or if you're just starting out fresh or starting brand new. Therefore, Sutherland Park is the place to be. Farmer Line is also there to get you technological help if you have a farm. So you can sell, you can track, you can grow your farming business and fresh, affordable farm produce. We promised we are delivering. We'll be there today, we'll be there tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day. Today in Chinchim is going to be there.
All right.
They're going to spoil there. If you've ever encountered the Chinchim band before, then I don't even have to talk too much. Yeah. But if you haven't, I'm trying to what should I compare them with? Like, I'm trying to compare the Chinchim band something, but nothing comes to mind because they are a force to reckon with on their own. They are an amazing band, and you just need to come and get that experience of Chinchim band. So as your kebab is in one hand and you're drinking another, you're dancing to Chinchim band. Fresh farm produce. Look at the lettuce. When was the last time you saw fresh lettuce? Yeah. So harvester for you right there. You can even buy some to go and plant, I'm sure. Eggplants. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Channel 1 TV City FM. Nyami onshamoda. Yo, you put Ofefe. Ofefe.
What does that mean?
Ofefe.
Yeah.
Why you imina?
Okay.
Just what's sell. And of course, shout outs to our sponsors, right? People who believe in the vision, believe in the dream, committed resources, committed their time and energy to make this happen. I'm referring to Farmer Line, like you rightly mentioned, Agri Impact Limited. Of course, there's also Trillium Ghana Limited. You know, I was shocked to hear that for some of the products they do, they buy the raw materials, you know, their fruits and other things from local farmers. You know, you think that for a big company, they'll be importing a lot of their raw materials. But they buy from Ghanaian farmers, and I was so impressed. So Trillium Ghana Limited for this, jumping on board. There's also Ghana Exim Bank.
Right.
Ghana Exim Bank. Shout outs to them. They help you, take your products outside, in terms of export readiness, connecting you to the right markets, outside. And for me, they are doing amazing. They jumped on this, and it's been great. I think there are a couple more. I'll get it.
Ghana Development Bank.
The Ghana Development Bank, DBG, absolutely.
Yeah.
Really, 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 really amazing work. So I have the list here. Let me just go through it properly. So we have the Ghana Exim Bank, Farmer Line, Legacy Crop International. You also have DBG, Development Bank Ghana, Horticultural Business Platform, Agri Impact Limited, and of course, Twillium Ghana. Shout outs to all of them for jumping on board. So if, Farmer Line, like I earlier mentioned as well. So see, if I was a business, right, I'll be begging to still come on board.
At this time.
Yeah, I'll come and know them beg.
The plans are finished.
I'm sure the team put there. We have closed the team.
The deputy agric minister says we should organize it every month. I'm like,
Dumelo, you have to.
John Dumelo, excuse you.
We love you, but you have to relax.
be calming down for us.
No, but let's think about it, right? Think about it. Imagine this every month. Who benefits? The Ghanaian.
Yeah, but
I mean, of course, logistics. A lot of work goes into it.
Yeah,
a lot of planning goes into it. But the point is that I don't see when we do this right with all that we are offering these farmers. The hey, akokonam.
Na marifi asema
The point I was trying to make is that for all of these farmers who are coming to sell at this particular fair for this year, with all the other opportunities we are providing them, helping them understand the role of Exim Bank, helping them with agri-related tech, helping them with, seminars, workshops on how to grow and upscale. We did a City Business Festival Forum at the Alisa Hotel where it was the agribusiness and of course agriculture. Yeah. So my point is that if you're a farmer and you've humbled yourself to be able to go through all of these things, right, you should be able to scale or grow the business such that even if you are not there next year, you would have made very significant gains and sustained the business so much that you can thrive without even being at the next agri fair. And what will happen is that it will open up space for another farmer to also now come and join in, grow, learn the model of the thing and also scale. So for me, great idea, great initiative. As to whether we should do it every month, I don't know. But obviously, it should be more than 1 year. But I see people forget that we also have the Made in Ghana Fair, right, which is for all product. Sorry, this is Ghana. In fact, we did Made in Ghana rice some time ago.
Okay, I hadn't joined by
then.
We
did Made in Ghana rice some time ago. Then we did This is Ghana, which is for like every other product made in Ghana. But this is an agri fair specifically for, food stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, shout outs to the team. As to whether it's every month, I don't know. But I think that if you partake, if you partook in this,
twice a year, we'll understand.
Probably, if you partook in this, right, or if you are participating in this, next year, if you fully immerse yourself in everything that's happening as a farmer, as a business, by next year you should have, so much to be able to scale. Right, so much that you might not even necessarily need to come back again, but your business will still be thriving, and will still be sustained. So we'll see how it goes.
Do you realize that after every event, or even during our events, when we speak to our patrons, they're always like, organizing more, more times in a year, more times in a year. And I'm thinking to myself,
and
I'm thinking to myself, if they know the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes for them to come and meet what they meet and enjoy themselves, they would appreciate that. Once is enough. We beg them.
But, sometimes I sit back and I just look at the power of media, right? And the role of the role responsible media, has in terms of nation building, right? Because think about it. If every media house is able to commit resources to say we are going to be deliberate about pushing agriculture. Not every day, LPP, hey, boss, NDC, bass, hey, those bass, chaka, nyama, every day, every single day.
Yeah.
And you say, rather than doing that, we are going to talk about agric. We are going to, irrespective of which government is in power, we are going to, talk about the need to push agric. We are going to talk about the fact that we need to help scale, help support local farmers. Like, just think about how far we can go as a people. If City does it, TV3 does it, Joy does it, Ghana Web, GH1 does it. That's like how many media houses in a month, So, of course, we are pioneers in some of these things, but I think the media has a role to play. I think the media has a role to play. So, anyway.
Oh, golden aroma rice. There's so many different types of rice. I wonder if, I'm sure that you could taste some of the things. I'm interested in tasting before I buy now. What's the thing? That's your chicken. Yeah, we'll go there today so that you can, is this slaughtered? Do we slaughter chicken?
Oh, once you cut it, you can slaughter it. Once you cut it.
Slaughter chicken live. So I can have that experience. I've never killed a chicken in my life.
But that's shocking.
That I've never killed a chicken. Yeah. My mother is scared to do it, so I wasn't taught.
I'll teach you.
You will teach me. You can kill a chicken?
Oh, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
So won't they peck you?
Oh no, you have a way. You stand on their leg, then I'll show you.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
It's not wicked.
It's wicked. I mean, the meat is nice, but the thought of cutting their small necks. Oh, poor chicken. It's okay. Put you like that.
So, that's it. I want to, this is my personal invitation to all of you out there. If you are watching this, there's something for everyone, right? You will definitely find something you need over there for yourself, for your family, or for someone else. So this is my personal invitation to you watching right now. Make time, make your way to the FOA Sutherland Children's Park today from 9 a.m. up until 6 p.m. We'll be there. Patrons will be there to help you. If you have the means, please come and buy in bulk, right? So that you don't have to waste money going and buying it at a more expensive market. And you're not only buying for yourself or to just help your household. What happens is that when you buy from these local farmers, you are supporting, the Ghanaian economy. You are supporting homegrown solutions to our problem. Agriculture has been identified as a major way we can, change the narrative and the structure of our economy from being a very import-dependent economy to being an export, led economy. What that means is that basically we'll have the space to determine our fate in terms of our economic gain. So please don't see it as just some other fare. It's a deliberate attempt to support our economy. And when we do so, we'll not have to bother about the exchange rate and where the dollar is or what is happening, right? What will happen is that it will be a Ghana first kind of idea, and we'll be there to all reap the benefits of it. So come, let's support our farmers. Come with a mindset as like a civic responsibility, right? Of us snatching ourselves from the claws of foreign institutions always trying to dictate to us how we should run our system, how we should run our economy. And I think that's a responsibility you owe to yourself and to your country. So,
I just saw avocado powder, and I'm sure Anna will be excited about us going to purchase some avocado powder, because we did avocado for 3 weeks straight?
Like 1 month.
The Sunday breakfast show, and the benefits that you can get from avocado powder.
Like
so
1 month.
Yeah. I mean, there's something for everybody, so you should definitely make your way to the FOA.
And there's not even to downplay, our market, right? Because of course we've been buying from them all these years. We are still okay, sometimes under questionable circumstances. But you could clearly tell a certain deliberate hygienic conditions under which all of these products are being sold, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I go to Kanishi, Charlie, right next to the, Charlie, you see the public toilet there in front too. Then behind where they are sitting, the manhole is there, but they are selling the thing. Yeah. Sometimes just right next to the refuse dump. And if you've seen the Kanishi refuse before,
Nice.
But I'm saying, this is not to downplay our market to me. I think they do their best in terms of selling
See,
us.
when you say that and then you do that little laughter at the end, you know, all patches say, my friend, behave yourself over
I'm
there.
only saying that the things we are selling there are under very hygienic condition. So you
Yeah.
can also vouch for the hygiene.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. But yeah, should we run through a list of other things happening around town just in case
Absolutely.
after the fair
Absolutely.
you want to, you know,
Absolutely.
go somewhere and do something.
Yeah, so,
So, yeah, go
apparently,
ahead. Apparently,
there's International Day of Yoga.
the day you ran away from yoga.
What you were doing in the studio the other time.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
join us.
Oh, please.
It actually stretches.
Charlie. Don't tell me the
You
story.
get stretched out.
Yeah.
And then feel good.
Some people like yoga because they are motivated by
The things they see.
other extraneous factors. I mean, I can't be bothered. But it's people like it. They say it has like spiritual,
I mean,
self-healing,
beyond
self-preservation, all
there's
those.
meditation and everything involved in yoga, and so it clears your mind.
Charlie.
You breathe in, you
What
breathe out.
banku to eat? What? Charlie.
No one's saying don't eat your banku.
No.
But if you can't, be running around doing the jogging and the, extraneous exercises, this could be for you.
What you want?
Funny enough, men always downplay yoga and what's the other one? Oh, there's another one that's escaped me. But they're all kind of subtle ways of doing exercises. And I like the fact that, so there's this trend going on where men try things that women do that they feel like, oh, it's so easy.
Yeah.
Like, why are you wasting money on a
Yeah.
yoga class? And
Yeah.
then they go in and they realize that, nah, it's not that simple. So yeah, you sit here and make your mouth something. We'll go and try yoga out at the studio.
Men they are watchers of yoga. They enjoy the watching more than doing it. They love to see it being done.
Right.
And not necessarily partake. But I think, see, if you can, you should, right? And if you like it, go for it.
Yeah.
So it's happening at the Osu Castle at 4 p.m. prompt. The Osu Castle is the former seat of government. 21st June. That's today, I believe. They call it Yoga for One Earth and One Health. So yoga with experts, healthy snacks will be available, herbal powders will be there, organic cosmetics, herbal tea, there'll be fun, there'll be art and so much more. So don't miss out on the 11th Yoga Day, activity happening today.
Yes. There's something else happening.
Also,
right?
one night with Baka Dabri. That's also happening later today. Guest artist Ivet Stana and Classic Beats, will be on display. You can dial *173 *33 *269 hash for your tickets. Go there, have fun, melody, storytelling, and an unforgettable connection. So that's it with one night with Baka Dabri. And of course, Honeymoon Hotel. The Honeymoon Hotel is a luxurious stage play being directed by Shirley Frimpong Manso. It's showing today at the National Theatre, and it's going for 200 cedis. The VIP is going for 350. So imagine you coming early to the fair, doing all your shopping. Put your things in your car, and just go and sit there and just watch and have fun. So it's an exciting. I've heard interviews by Shirley promoting this, and it looks really, really fun. So 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., 20th, 21st, and 22nd, 3 days. And finally, the Lomotis. Do you know what the Lomotis is? The Lomotis.
It's another stage play.
Another stage play, you're right. They say
raising awareness and promoting around sickle cell disease. Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, was it Friday or Thursday that was Sickle Cell Awareness Day? And it's something that's, overlooked mostly. You're in love, yeah, but you also need to know your sickle cell status. And most people don't. It's like the last thing on people's minds is the last thing that they do.
Because you're in love. Love counts with.
Well, I mean, even before the love, at least you should know your sickle cell status. Are you AA? Are you AS? Are you AC? Are you SS? Are you SC? And there's another one that I heard on the interview on Breakfast Daily. I was like, oh, there's a new one. But no, apparently it's been there all this while. It's just not really spoken about. So yeah, I'm very passionate about sickle cell because I've seen too many of my friends and family go through it some didn't make it, some passed away. So it's very, 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 very important that you know your sickle cell status. Yeah, you may be in love, but love cannot love cannot help you when you are in a hospital at 2 a.m. Bawling your eyes out because the child that you brought into this world is suffering. So the Lomotis.
Absolutely. All right, so they say it's depicting the life of 3 sisters living with sickle cell. You know, I've heard or I've seen, I've experienced people with real life stories, you know, sickle cell patients. Yeah. Some of which we lost along their way. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Some of which are also doing well for themselves, you know, albeit with under very, very difficult circumstances. You know, they have a crisis and like it's making me emotional thinking about some of these things.
Yeah.
So it's important that we shed light on it. And you know, in some communities, these people are ostracized. You know, they are shunned.
There's even a name that they call them, which I won't repeat, but I feel like
absolutely
it's completely a non-starter.
The last time on the show, on Sunday breakfast in the morning with Doc, we are being told that, you know, some of them actually are able to live well into their age.
And then even if, you know, you're both of you are still in love and still want to get married, regardless of your status, knowing very well.
Even though it's not advised.
Yeah, even though it's not advisable. And you have the resources. There are, you know, things that you can do now, pre-genetic testing, etc. So if you have enough money and you still want to go ahead, you know, you do the research, you pay, and can get healthy babies. So that you avert all of this, going to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. I know a woman who knows the back of Comfort Noche and Kath, like the back of her hands, because she has children who are sickle cell and
it's a difficult place to be.
It is a difficult place to be. It is a difficult place to be, especially if you're in love. So like I say, first question, what's your sickle cell status?
No, my first question is, what kind of meat do you eat?
Really?
Oh, yes.
That's your first question?
I'm telling you, I can't be with somebody who eats. Let me not say. Yesterday, I had a debate, you know, the whole debate, you know, going on. You know, and
that's your first question?
Yeah, okay, I challenge.
Not whether is there any mad person in your family. What kind of meat do you eat?
It will probably be like the second or third question. Probably the first question will probably be, what do you bring to the table?
I bring the whole of Kaswa.
What do you bring to the table? After we cross the watch I'm bringing to the table, I ask you, do you eat this meat?
Juju, it's okay.
You eat crow meat.
It's okay. You eat But yeah, on that note, I think maybe one of these days we should talk about sickle cell on our show again. We've done it before, but we should do it again. So we have an amazing artist on standby, Brenny. She is a Afrobeats and R&B artist, and we're about to hear her give us some melodious tunes.
And you got me like, yeah, ooh, what you want from me? And I tried to buy your pretty heart, but the price too high. And you got me like, yeah, ooh, you love when I fall apart, so you can pull me together and throw me against the wall. Baby, you got me like, yeah, don't you stop loving me, don't quit loving me, don't stop loving me, yeah, babe, I'm fist found with fire just to get close to you. Can we burn something, babe? I'll run for miles just to get a taste. Must be love on a brain, yeah. beats me black and blue, but it me so good, and I can't get enough. Must be love on a breath. It keeps cursing my name. No matter what I do, I'm no good without you, and I can't get enough. Must be love on a breath. Just love me, yeah. Just love me. All you need to do is love me, yeah. Got me like I'm tired of being played like a violin. What do I get to get in your mother heart, baby, like don't you stop loving me, don't quit loving me, don't stop loving me. Ooh, and babe, I'm fist forward fire just to get close to you. Can we burn something, babe? I'll run for miles just to get a taste. Must be love on a break, yeah. This got me feeling this way. It beats me black and blue, but it me so good, and I can't get enough. Must be love on a brain, yeah. It keeps cursing my name. No matter what I do, I'm no good without you, and I can't get enough. Must be love on a breath. Ooh, love on a break. Hey, must be love on a break. Hi everyone, my name is Brenny. This next song is called Obsessed. Enjoy. Ooh, da, 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 da. Hey, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah. Hey,
yeah. Why your vibe so clean? How your voice so smooth? How your energy high? How you keeping your cool? You know I get up on your nerves and I be killing your mood. But that frequency shift the moment you step in the room. Tell me, is it crazy I love your presence? Even when you mad and you popping off with the questions. Can't even talk to cashiers cause you a little jealous. That punch to the gut you gave me was crucial, leaving me breathless, yeah.
I'm so obsessed with you, I can't deny that you're I can see it in your eyes, on your mind, you are mine. Oh yes, our souls intertwined. Yeah, yeah, every little thing you do makes me wanna feel brand new. Every day with you is a dream come true. Oh, I'm so obsessed with you, I can't deny the truth. I can see it in your eyes, on your mind, you and mine. Our souls intertwined. Yeah, yeah, every little thing you do makes me wanna feel brand new. Every day with you is a dream come true. You know I like that. Love when you're feisty and wanna buy it back. Fire conversations and finally meeting my match. Love the fact that nobody cuffed you cause she was my catch. When you gave it to me, you know that I'm coming right back. Hey, back, 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 back. Oh, I'm coming right back. Back, 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 back. Oh boy, you're making me obsessed, yeah, you know that. Oh boy, you're making me obsessed, yeah, you know that. Oh boy, you're making me obsessed, yeah, you know that. Oh boy, you're making me obsessed, yeah, you know that right. I'm so obsessed with you. I can't deny that you're. I can see it in your eyes, on your mind, you're mine. Our souls intertwined. Yeah, yeah. Every little thing you do makes me wanna feel brand new. Every day with you is a dream come true. When I'm with you, I'm losing my focus. So into you, my heart beats with purpose. Oh, I need you, I breathe you, I love you. When I'm with you, I'm losing my focus. So into you, my heart beats with purpose. Oh, I need you to make me feel alive. Yeah, I'm so upset. Yeah. So this next one is my latest single, which I just released on 18th June, so I hope you enjoy. Hey, denial, oh denial, you got my mind spinning. Wonder if you want me or you don't. You know you got me immersed in you. Feeling like I'm lost in the haze. Yet I can't turn away from your gaze. Boy, you got me in denial, in denial. You know that I crave attention, need affection. You got me rolling. Ooh, boy, please don't go in my day. Oh boy, you got me in denial, in denial. It's funny how you mess around with my emotions. That won't stop me, I'm calling your name. Boy, please don't go in my way. Yeah, don't play, no, no. I've fallen deeper down a rabbit hole with no end, hopeless. How could you be so cruel to me? You are believe when you need toys to play with. I become your favorite, oh why? And I don't wanna be a part of your stupid game. Don't treat me right, we're better off going our separate ways. You used me, and I give my all for you. Now time is up for you and I don't know how. Hey, in denial, you know that I crave attention, need affection. You got me ballin', you got me ballin'. Boy, please don't go in my way. Oh boy, you got me in denial, in denial. It's funny how you mess around with my emotions. That won't stop me, I'm calling your name. Boy, please don't go in my way, yeah. Don't play, no, no, yeah, yeah. Boy, please don't go. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, in denial. Thank you.
Brenny, come join us up here.
For a moment, I had to be sure.
We were in Ghana.
What I was listening to, you know, was in the studio.
In the studio, right?
Wow. Welcome to Sunday Breakfast Daily Weekend.
Thank you so much.
You know, that was quite a piercing performance.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You know, this morning when she was doing her
welcome to Sunday Breakfast Daily Weekend.
Thank you so much.
You know, that was quite a piercing performance.
Oh.
Her from like, oh wow, King of Accra has started well this morning, and he came to the makeup room and he's like, no, it's not me, it's the musician. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, wow.
Interesting.
But who influences your music?
So as in like the artist?
Yeah.
Okay, so I listen to a lot of. When I was young, I used to listen to a lot of soul artists like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Toni Braxton. That was like literally all I was listening to. So as I was growing up and then Afrobeat started to evolve, I started like finding ways to infiltrate that sound with Afrobeat. So
right. And do you believe they've influenced your sound?
Yeah, I think it has a lot. And also the latest singers that are coming right now, like Jackie, Thames, Ira Star, they are very influential. So I think I've learned a lot from them as well.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite artist. If you ask any of my friends this question, I know as they are watching, they'll just say it's Thames. She's one of my favorite artists ever. So yeah.
Oh.
Nice. That's nice. That's nice.
For me, like I was saying, that the voice was really great.
Thank you so much.
I don't see this often, so clearly.
Thank you so much.
But how did it all start for you? At what point did you realize that I have this in me, and I could probably make it big by going out there singing more? When did you realize that you really wanted to do this?
Okay, so like I said, when I was young, we used to have so many like CDs. Before we didn't used to have, used to have the discs. Yeah.
I did cassettes.
Oh, okay. So we used to have all those at home.
Yeah.
So like they used to just play them. And I think as I used to watch their videos, like perform, I was like, oh, I want to be like that one day. Like it looks fun, but I'm sure like that time was just like play. But when I got into SHS and I joined my singing, usually they have those choirs and stuff. I was like, this is something I actually really, really want to take seriously. So I think from there, that's where it all started for me.
So how do you blend, Afrobeats and R&B in your music?
Wow, that's a tough question. Okay, so I think writing was very difficult for me in the beginning, but it becomes easier for me when I hear the beat. So when I hear the beat, then like, okay, I know this is what I want to write about. Then, I don't know, it just comes together, I guess. And I think from what I've heard and what I'm used to listening to, it all just comes together when I'm like, okay, I'm here, I'm ready to write. So.
Right. What are some of the themes that, in your songwriting, what are some of the themes that you explore?
So it's mostly, I'm sure from what you heard, mostly heartbreak and, it's mostly heartbreak and then finding yourself as well.
Is there
personal experience in there somewhere?
Is there a backstory somewhere?
I knew this question would come.
Is there a personal experience in there somewhere?
Yeah, like it's actually based on
men are somewhere.
Very somewhere.
The fact that you are saying it.
No, I'm not saying. I'm asking you a question. I think men are, Ghanaian men especially are amazing people.
Yeah.
So if
but
there
they
is,
can also.
it can also be somewhere.
Yeah, they can switch up anytime.
It was probably called Emmanuel, but anyway.
Hey.
Are
you called Emmanuel?
No, I'm Jude.
Oh, okay, then you are safe.
Hey, why so Emmanuel break your heart when you write your songs?
No.
Wow, but there's a concern, right? A lot of people feel that with the new school or the new generation of artists, they try to sound in a particular way. Often like we hear our friends and our brothers and sisters from Nigeria sound.
Yeah.
Maybe because they've been able to pierce through the global market with their sound, right? But a lot of people even blatantly, some of them even use Nigerian,
like pidgin or how they pronounce their words.
Their words, their tonations, sometimes even their accents, right, in our music. Where do you stand on the scale in terms of trying to use or blend your music with foreign, elements as against going your pure normal Ghanaian way? You get the question, right?
Yeah, I get what you mean. But I would say, so how everyone experiences their creative processes based on what they are used to listening to or what they are, the setting they find themselves around. So I basically, like I said, I used to always listen to, I listen to Ghanaian songs and everything, but like what's really I listened to the most was like my soul, my Whitney Houston's, my Celine Dion's, like those were the yeah, exactly. So I feel like if I tried to like write in the usual way that Ghanaians are used to, it wouldn't be real. Like, okay, I can sing that, but maybe someone would be like, oh, let me write for you, and then yeah. But if I'm writing personally, it won't really go in that way, I see. But I don't think you should term it as not the Ghanaian way, because everyone has
their style.
Exactly, everyone has their style. But I think because of the artists that are coming out now, piercing through the industry and everything, it's like, you know, encouraging a lot of like alternative artists to bring out their kind of sound. But if like you say like 2012, they'll obviously not, they'll be like, nah, I'm not going to release this because nobody's going to listen to it.
Like everybody wants to shake it to the max kind of, everyone wants to, you know. Anyway, that's interesting. You know, talking about personal style, you've put out music, you know, and you performed it on set. You know, talk us through the process of coming out with your own music. How was it like for you?
So it was very nerve-wracking.
I can imagine.
Everyone around me knows this. Like when, like, if I say it's a week before, and my manager is like, "Oh, you have to start creating this content." I'm like, "Oh no!" Like I'm so nervous because what if people don't like it? Like, because it's my first time.
Yeah.
But you just have to go through the process because it just came out last Wednesday, and so far the feedback has been good. So even through the nerves, you should just push yourself and enjoy it.
I love that for you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I love that for
Where do you see your music taking you personally in the next few years, and where do you want to be? You know, what's your vision for yourself?
So in the next few years, I'm hoping that I can like release my own personal tape, like an EP, and like it will go like obviously not just within Ghana, like across borders. I just want,
like the Gen Zs will say, viral.
Yeah, viral. You know, I just want my music to get to a point where like all over the world people are singing and people are relating with my lyrics and everything. So that's basically it. I just want to share my sound and meet new people through that experience.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Any artists do you think of collaborating with? If
that's
in case they're watching. Oh, there's a lot?
A lot.
Give us like 2 or 3.
Okay, so you want within Ghana or outside?
Wherever.
Wherever. Okay, so I've been following Jackie ever since, and it would be amazing to have her on a song. Amazing. And like I said, Terrence is like my all-time favorite. If you ask anybody who knows me, they will say it. So it would be amazing to have a feature with her as well. And let me give one outside like Africa. This is difficult. Okay, I'll say Rihanna too. I think I performed as like one of her songs.
Yeah. Riri hasn't put music out in a long time.
Yeah, very long time.
She's enjoying being a mother. Her fans are waiting.
Are you Beehive or Riri Nation?
That's right. Where can we listen to your music?
So In Denial, so it's called In Denial, into bracket MIA. So it's out on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Audiomack, Apple Music, everywhere. Just search Brenny, Brenny, In Denial, and you'll find it.
All right, Brenny, thank you so much for
Thank you
to us.
so
You're actually matching our couch.
Oh, yeah, it's like we planned this.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the performance, but I even enjoyed the conversation more.
Oh, really? I wish I could say we would talk more.
I mean, on subsequent shows.
Yes, definitely.
Just keep putting out the music. Why you put out we'll keep calling.
Anybody who passes through this set, you're destined for greatness.
Oh,
I can assure you that. I can assure you that.
Thank you so much.
So that's our time with Brenny. You can go back on our YouTube and rewatch it if you missed it. But we definitely have more for you. You don't want to go away.
Brand new on DSTV. When a nominee to the Supreme Court dies, his family begins to suspect foul play.
Dad knew that he was in trouble.
Hollywood's darkest scandals are exposed in this gripping 6-part documentary series.
You have violence, fraud, homicide.
And a rich and powerful family is thrown into turmoil when a young woman claims to be the owner's illegitimate daughter.
You have another daughter.
Stay connected to everything new on your home of entertainment, DSTV.
Let's talk hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are normal structures located in the anus of all mammals.
But it is only man who suffers hemorrhoidal disease because of the erectosa we have assumed and the squatting that we do to empty our bowel. Hemorrhoids consist of a special type of blood vessels which fill with blood when we are moving our bowel and help to cushion the anus against the force of transmitting the stool. Afterwards, they empty their blood, collapse, help seal the anus to maintain continence. Over time, these vessels lose the elasticity of their walls, become dilated, permanently filled with blood, leading to congestion of the hemorrhoids. The symptoms of hemorrhoids are bleeding and prolapse of the hemorrhoids when passing stool, itching and feeling of warmth in the anus and anal discharge. Laser, ligature, and longo are the modern, minimally invasive, most effective and painless methods of treating hemorrhoids today.
Muntaba Hospital, First Ghana Colorectal Center, in to serve a peculiar health need.
So much love in the air. What are we looking at?
Thank you guys for joining us for this unforgettable night.
Paw Patrol is on a roll.
It's Max Verstappen in the lead. The megastar is here.
Absolutely sensational.
Let's go!
Just taking a trip down memory lane.
Get unbelievable entertainment that is unbelievably easy to own. Get and stay connected to DSTV.
When the stars come out, Ghana Weekend turns up the lights. From the hottest red carpet moments to the wildest after parties. And for all your celebrations, anniversaries, and unforgettable moments, if it's happening, we're there. First, fast, and fabulously. Your front row pass to Ghana's A-list lifestyle is just a click or a channel away. GhanaWeekend.com and Ghana Weekend TV, where fame meets the fans. Promote your next big event with us, because when you party with the stars, the whole nation of black stars should know. Visit GhanaWeekend.com, watch and subscribe to Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle at GhanaWeekend.com, on X at Ghana Weekend, on TikTok, Ghana Weekend, and on Facebook at Ghana Weekend. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, all access, all glam, all yours.
You're welcome back to Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel One TV. We're talking lifestyle, elevate your living space. How can you elevate your living space? Specifically, how to select the right TV console. First, you used to just put a table there and put the TV on. They took a post on, no?
They'll put napkin
on top, the white lace song on top, and then, I mean, that's it. But now, you know, there are all sorts and types of consoles and console tables and backdrops, or I hope that's what they call it. But anyway, joining us to have that discussion is Samira Dedesaraji, the lady who abandoned us for several weeks. She's back again, real estate consultant and certified marketing strategist. Hi, Samira.
Hello, Eno.
You abandoned us for too long.
I'm so sorry. I'm back now. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
You know, she brought us gifts the other time.
Yes.
So like, and I use it for my laptop and my iPad, right? So I look at her like, hey,
Samira.
You know, Anyway, it's good to have you back, right?
Thank you. Thank
After
you.
a
Thank
long
you.
hiatus.
Yeah.
But, you know, thankful you are joining us for this conversation. You know, TV console, when I saw, I'm like, what's happening here? But I realized that it's one of the, you know, spaces, it's one of the things within, you know, the comfort or, you know, luxury space that has evolved a lot from fixing antenna cables in the back and standing on the table to check the TV poles.
Paco left kakra.
You know, like so many things.
Abba.
Oh, and you remember, right?
I remember.
You know, back in the day we had like, and there was back in the day there was like this big TV fitting frame where glasses and things were inside. You know, like it's evolved so much to now just a very simple design.
Almost
but
nothing.
elegant.
Yes.
You know, just tell us why you decided this is something we should talk about and why it's important that we pay attention to it, just to begin with.
Okay, so thank you. I realized over the period that a lot of people thought interior decor needs a lot of money. But sometimes it's just the simplicity and then focusing on certain areas or certain spaces in your room. And it can change a lot of things. With what you just described, yes, back in the day, we do a lot. We do too much with our TV area. We have almost anything and everything there. And then it keeps the TV wall a bit more bulky. And also when the place is not tidy or cleared up, then your room is almost stuffy. Now, there are so many options to choose from, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your budget, depending on the size of your space, depending on the color that you have. You can keep it very simple and it will still be very, very elegant. Now, there are different options. There are very modern options. There are very old, traditional options that you could evolve, you could change. All you need to do is to polish that old wood, take off all the extra things like the glasses, the spoons, and all of that from it, and then you still have a very simple TV console. When you have that clear wall, that clear space, and it shows off the TV, whether being it small, big, bulky, or whichever way it is, you combine it with a minimalistic wood or metal, and then it keeps the wall very simple. With that, you do less in the room as well, and you can have a very aesthetically pleasing space that is also very functional as well.
And you also entertain a lot of people in that particular space. So and most of times, you know, the TV is always on. So yeah, it should be nice and simple and all of that.
And then in current spaces as well, like I explained the other time, we have the TV area and we have the family area as well. Both could have TVs with TV consoles. You could choose to be dynamic here. You could keep one of the spaces very simple, basically just a TV and maybe nothing, or a small table beneath it. The other side could have, depending on the functionality you would want the TV console to perform. Some people like to keep their wines in there, so you could have one that is covered up, you open in and you put it in. Others would just want to have books arranged in there, so you could have a shelf-like backdrop that you could arrange your books if you're a book person. Others would just keep it simple and put a pot, a plant, and then leave it like that with just a few table ornaments and leave it just like that. So your space will really tell. So if you look at this video, for example, this lady could be a wine person. She doesn't have space in her house to probably put more wine, but she wants to keep her space very sophisticated, beautiful, and all of that. She takes what she wants, closes it back, and then it is there. You could never tell whether there is a wine shelf in there or not. It could be anything. Some could even do a storage. But of course, if you have a small space and you're using that for a storage, then of course you are careful with when to take out the stuff in there when your guests are around.
This is definitely me. This is definitely me.
Back in the day too, you know, it looked very clumsy. Like now, seeing modern trends, but for some reason we're okay with it. You know, you'd see speakers around, but now we see that like even the other equipment adjoining some of the television sets, like the speakers, even game consoles, they are able to be hidden in different parts, right?
Yes.
Talk to us about also trying to cater for other things, because for some people, just outside the TV, they have like TV satellite decoders, right?
Yes.
So you have a DSTV, you know, the placement of it. Do you have like modern styles where you can hide all of these things somewhere so it doesn't look clumsy?
Absolutely, because then there's a fusion of technology now. gone are the days you have the wires, you have everything there. Sure. But here you could put it through the wall. So when you're building or when you're constructing or when you're even doing a TV console, there could always be a layer. If you've already constructed your house, there could always be a layer between the TV console and the wall. And then behind that layer, you could have all the things they hidden. And then you just bring it out through the wall to the TV console. Now, where you have the DSTV, all those other satellite TVs, decoders and all of that, of course, that alone on your table or your console will not change or spoil the beauty of the space, so it's fine. But then with the other things, like we said, if your space is limited and that is the only space or option you have to have those things, then do not have a plain open console. Create one that could come off like a storage where the things could go in, you could close it off with a lot of other designs. There are so many things. There are panels, there are concrete, like fabrics, but they are not concrete. There are ones that look very, depending on the style you like, you can choose a material that can complement your room, so as then you can hide all these things behind it.
Interesting. Whose job is it really? Is it like an electrician or it's an interior decor person?
It's a combination. It could be a carpenter, it could be an electrician, it could be an interior decor, it could be specialists in that space, because there are people who have certain styles that it doesn't take just the carpenter or the electrician to bring it together. It's a style in their mind, they're imagining it or they've seen it. Yes, the carpenter, the electrician could do it, but putting them together, it takes somebody who has the know-how to help to get it done. But of course, you don't also necessarily have to always pay the premium to get what you want. Yeah. There are very basic options one could choose, and then rather create other spaces to have all the rest of the things there. But yes, there is something for everyone.
If you hadn't even said it, I know that it's probably your clothing here. You know, right now they say it's not
something for everyone.
Yeah, you see right now.
How are we budgeting for these things?
You see, for budget, like I say, there is really something for everyone. There are people who like very basic things. Some basic things could cost you a fortune. And then there are people who also like the whole lot of attention, glam, wants to see it there, wants to know that it's really in the space. It's allowed. Now, material will determine what kind of cost you are going to pay for the TV console you are going to use. If you're looking at something that is of ancient antique, it's also quite expensive, because you may think it's simple, it's something old, but that the wood used is something that is very quality, very solid. And then there are other fabrics that are plastic, but look like what you are trying to, the feature you're trying to put there. So then when you budget something you can afford, and then from your budget, you now look for something that meets that budget. It's from a CD all the way to $1 million, depending on what you want. Yeah.
Let me come to you with a question I like asking a lot, right? And it's got to do with functionality and aesthetics, right? A lot of people are motivated by aesthetics. You can't even you can't discount it, right?
Absolutely.
Because they want to feel good about their space. They want to enjoy the look of their space. But when it comes to TV, right, the positioning of it, the arrangement of it, what should be the priority? Because I get people say you need to be mindful of like your eye length view, right? Because if you are too close, it could be a problem.
Yes.
If you are too far, it was the point.
Yes.
You know, the quality of the screen. I don't want to go very technical with the brightness and all of that.
Absolutely.
But what should be the priority? You know, as a specialist with the space, should you say we should put the design first, or we should put
aesthetics first?
Yeah, just tidy up for us.
The size of your space would determine that.
Yeah.
So if you have a big space and you are looking at the aesthetics, absolutely, because then you can move all the other things that would require the console to be functional to you off, and leave it very simple, and add on all the designs and features you'd want. But if you have a very small space and you look at the aesthetics, where the aesthetics is minimalist style, does not have storage, then your space would suffer. Because at the end of the day, you have a very simple, beautiful wall, but then you have a lot of other things in your space where you host people. So it can be functional and still be aesthetically pleasing, or you could just leave it to the beauty. That's the aesthetically pleasing feature of it. And then make sure you have a space that could store or have the rest of your other things that you are not going to put on the screen by the TV. Because people put plates, spoons, glasses, bottles, and all of those other things by the TV. If they had enough space and they could create some storage somewhere else, then of course they should be able to move all of those things to those spaces. So it's the two. But the positioning of the TV and all of that, yes, it's a bit technical like you explained, and it's important because then you are hosting people in your space. You don't want your guest or yourself or your family raising their heads too high, bringing their heads too down, having too much brightness or closeness to the TV. So all these bits and pieces come together, and you need someone to help you put it together. If not, you could jump onto the internet, look at a few things, but then of course choose the right technical people to fix it for you, so as then you can do it with them. If not, you have a total mess in your space.
It's interesting the way you respond, because I get a sense that the size of your space determines everything. There are people who have TV consoles in their kitchen. I was particularly surprised to have seen that people do it. I want to find out from you, is there a practice you'd encourage? Am I putting you on the spot?
No, it's fine. I'm just being careful to answer, because for me it's fine, because then there are various type of houses, spaces, and all of that, and it cuts across. There are different lifestyles as well. There's someone who could, maybe a woman who could probably be more of a kitchen person, spends a lot of time on maybe certain cuisines and would want to have a longer period in the kitchen. And let's say that this kitchen is a very big space. Why not?
Let me just, this kitchen I'm referring to actually there were like 3 kitchens in the house.
Absolutely.
And the house had an elevator. So
absolutely.
for context.
Were there air conditioners in the kitchen as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to add that what of people who also have air conditioners in their kitchen? So it's allowed. If it's your lifestyle, you have the space, you admire beautiful things.
You don't have the money, so you won't see the point.
That is true.
There is something for everyone.
I'm not even denying it, because I was saying that, Charlie, if we are going to do more money in this kitchen with this AC,
that's why they have 3 kitchens. I'm sure there's one that they do the more money and all those things.
We call it the wet kitchen, the out kitchen.
But I was like, if I are going to do more money in this, it will cause a problem. But for you, man, they don't even eat more money in the house. But another thing that I thought was a distraction.
Well,
because you can't be like having electrical appliances, possibly even gas. I don't remember seeing a gas cylinder there, but possibly even gas, and watching TV there, right? So I don't know, but I was thinking maybe the default position from somebody in your space would be like, see,
let me explain.
Because safety is a key thing for you, right? Especially in real estate.
Absolutely. So you're not going to have a kitchen that has a TV, maybe with a gas in there. There's a lot of things that come together to create that space. So of course, if I am creating your space and I know that you may want a TV, you may want an AC, you're going to be cooking there as well. I'll definitely have to consult my technical team to understand whether these 3 things can come together in the same space. So if I'm going to move my gas cylinder, even now, I would not advise anybody to be having their gas cylinders in their kitchen. Whether it's a modern house or it's a traditional and old house, you need to have it outside. So you get a longer tube to connect it through inside, because of course we've experienced a lot of fires, a lot of gas going wrong, and then fire. So then, with that said, if you're having a TV in there, you're having an AC in there, you're having a washing machine in there, you're having your burner in there. Absolutely, we need to wire your house in such a way that the outlets are away from these things, so as then it does not cause fire and any other hazards. Yes.
Thank you for bringing clarity to this question. I thought it was some way, but I see the sense.
Menus and how to prepare things.
Imagine a Gen Z in a house, in a kitchen with a TV, watching Love Island. You burn the house.
She may have a chef there that may be assisting her.
That's assumptions. But my point is, if you have, they'll say I'm picking on ladies, right? Or you have a guy watching a Champions League final, at the same time trying to prepare tea with like hot electrical, you burn the house. So my point is, do what you have to do in the kitchen. Let the kitchen be a kitchen. Let your watching area be a watching area. But I don't know. But I think
so because of our lifestyle of late, and if I say lifestyle, it's a combination of a lot of things. You could be a career person. You have barely an hour or 2 or 3 in a particular space. You want to be watching your CNN and probably still be making a coffee. There are various gadgets, modern gadgets that allows the coffee to be done in a couple of minutes whilst you're also watching the TV. You have a toaster that maybe is probably not flammable. Then it depends on the kind of gadgets and equipment you have in that kitchen as well. I remember we did kitchen. So then if you have those combinations, you minimize the hazard.
Interesting.
You can still watch your CNN and still do your coffee.
Dede, thank you so much. You brought a lot of clarity. I was really initially skeptical about this conversation, but I think you hit it right on its head and, brought a lot of clarity. We want to see you more often.
You will.
Make yourself available.
I'll be very available.
You promise on live TV.
Yes, I will be here.
That was all time will allow us for our conversation around, effective planning in your spaces, particularly with TV consoles. Our guest, Samira Dede, helping us through the conversations. He's a certified marketing strategist and also a real estate consultant. You can find her on all social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Samira Raji Dede. Absolutely. We'll be back after this break. Don't go away.
Asilwela ukunqoba kuphela, kepha silwela ukwakha isizwe esinohlonze. Sekunjalo.
On the Upside Down Show this week, we present to you the bold, vibrant, and brilliant Anita Esking. Expect nothing short of real talk, raw truths, and revelations. We always need that one opportunity to sprout, and she, like any other, isn't an exception. Ghana made me, she said.
My career started here.
Here in Ghana.
Right. Ghana is my foundation. 150%. Home is what built me.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Ghana is what built me. If you see Anita and who Anita is today, it's because Ghana built me. Yeah, 100%.
To the land.
Right. So love you, Canada, but Ghana built me.
And even though she's perceived as a superwoman, she's had to make tough decisions at some point.
I had to take 2 steps back away from my career. And also, and this is what I share with a lot of my friends and my colleagues now, is a wonderful appreciation that in different phases of your life, you are a particular person.
Right.
You don't have to be the same person you were before that.
Exactly.
You have nobody to please.
So, set your reminder and join us at 7 p.m. this Sunday, only on Channel 1 TV.
Brand new on DSTV. When a nominee to the Supreme Court dies, his family begins to suspect foul play.
Dan knew that he was in trouble.
Hollywood's darkest scandals are exposed in this gripping 6-part documentary series.
You have violence, fraud, homicide.
And a rich and powerful family is thrown into turmoil when a young woman claims to be the owner's illegitimate daughter.
You have another daughter.
Stay connected to everything new on your home of entertainment, DSTV.
welcome back to Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV with myself, Jude, Duncan, and Eno Safo. We just brought you a conversation on, brightening up your space with regards to interior decor, TV placements, all of those relevant discussions. But now we shift straight into sports because Gabi Ofe, he has joined us in the studio. Sometimes a sports journalist, other times a weather forecaster.
And then the last one.
The last one. Oh. What Samir Rafi told me yesterday.
Behave yourself. Behave yourself.
Oh, Gabi. The love is deep.
Yeah, the love is deep. The love is deep.
So, like I always say, the weather. When I was coming in, it was dark and cloudy.
But last night it was wet.
Yeah,
it was a wet
slightly
night.
Wet.
Slightly
not
wet.
too much wet.
Today, this morning.
Oh,
it's
today
still slightly wet.
it's not wet.
It's not wet.
It's okay, yeah. Okay. It's okay. But I think it will be wet a bit later. So
right. Let's hope the wetness does not get to the agri-fair.
Come again?
The wetness does not get to the agri-fair.
Yeah, we just hope that it doesn't. Yesterday too, it showered a bit.
But it just showered here. It didn't shower at the agri-fair, yeah.
Yeah, God is good. It's good, yes.
God is good all the time.
I just hope that it's not too much wet today.
All right, shifting away from whether it's wet or dry, let's talk about the Black Queens. Their coach has never won, a game?
Yeah. So Kimlas Bjørgren, he took over from Nora Hutla. I think everybody knows why Hutla left to Zambia because of some, the GFA and her not coming to terms with some contract renewal. So she had to leave. So they brought in a Swedish, 5 games he's played, friendlies. He's not won a single game. He's lost 3, and he's drawn 2. And they have to play a couple of AFCON-bound countries for the WAFCON itself, which kicks off next 2 weeks. So I think there is a lot of pressure on him to deliver because, look, if you want to talk about Hutla's record, she went on a very amazing run up until that loss to Zambia in Lusaka in the 2024 Olympic qualifiers when we did not qualify. And we are going back to the WAFCON for the first time I think the last time we competed was 2018 when we hosted and we exited in the group. So take it or leave it. I think Ghana is one of the powerhouses at the tournament. We are in a group with the defending champion South Africa, the Bayana, coached by Desiree Ellis. So I think it will be a very, very difficult campaign for the head coach. He would have to, I think if you want to ask me where he has to take this team to, I think he has to get to the Final 4. That's the semis. If he doesn't win it, it's okay. It's okay in the sense that we've not competed at the AFCON for the last 2 or 3 editions. And so maybe a lot of these countries will look at us and say that Ghana is not that country we used to know them to be when it comes to women's football. So I think there's a lot of pressure on him. He's caught up a couple of players that I think he's kept with a large chunk of the players who played under Hutla. Just a few introductions from the local scene. So let's see what he's got up his sleeves. The tournament is in Morocco. Yeah, so I just hope them. I just wish them more. And
but what are the preparations ahead of that tournament?
Well, the preparations.
Are they preparing here or?
No, they're already there.
Already
yeah,
there.
They left. Today is what? Saturday. So they left on Monday and settled, I think, in the evening. So Tuesday they began preparations, and I think it's a good thing. So that's what I think 2 weeks to the start of the tournament. You get a team well acclimatized to the Morocco
the nice
and stuff. Yes,
equipment that they are using. I was about to ask, where is this in Ghana?
It's Morocco, so they are in Ben Slimani.
Okay.
Yes, that here is between Rabat and one other. I've forgotten the one, but that's where they are camping, and so I think it's good. It helps them to understand what they have to do in Morocco, and I just hope that they'll start well because when you go into tournaments of this magnitude, you'd want to start well in your first game, and it's just unfortunate that their first game is also against the defending champions in South Africa. They've been there. They've kept the squad they are dealing with. Desiree Ellis, who is their head coach, has been with the team for a very long time.
Right.
And so they don't have anything with issues with continuity and that kind of stuff. We have chopped and changed since 2018 till now. So, look, I just hope that it starts well. Our chances, like I said, I think it would be a difficult one.
Right.
I think it will be very, very difficult. Yes, South Africa, Tanzania.
You know the budget. Or as usual.
Well, for the Black Queens, what I can tell you is that it's one of the national teams that the FA actually do take care of everything finances.
Except their
accommodation, except their payments and stuff. Yeah, because when they let go of Narakutla, they put out a statement stating that they were taking care of their accommodation. But I'm hearing that they went to the ministry to ask for some sort of support for these girls, especially their per diems and that kind of stuff. The ministry is here to put out a word to that effect. So we'll still be keeping and chasing that update.
So the game is on Monday, you say?
Yeah, so the friendly games. It actually starts today. First game is against Malawi, and then the rest will follow. But the WAFCON itself will start next 2 weeks.
Next 2 weeks?
Yes, next 2 weeks. So these are friendly games. 3 good games. 3 good games in the sense that they are all AFCON-bound teams. They are all part of the WAFCON tournament. So it gives you a fair idea or a sense of what you'll be dealing with. That's if you are able to
women
put
doing
out
the job, and people are still chasing Black Stars. But it's fine. Let's move away from
But
that.
what job are they doing? they've not won in.
They qualified.
Yeah,
Did you?
but they've not won in 7.
It doesn't matter.
But at least we've won in like 3 or something. Like.
They
You know, I interviewed Stephen Appiah.
Yeah, we saw that interview.
Yes, on Thursday.
Right.
About a World Cup qualifier.
Yes, on my Total Energies Auto show.
Yeah.
You know, we went all the way to, I'll give them a proper shout out to me. We went all the way to Ashaman and Stephen Appiah as a brand ambassador for Total. You know, he came, I talked to him about the team, and he said, "Oh, they are doing well. Hey, Bomode." So clearly.
No, but what do you expect Appiah to say? Appiah is part of the
management team.
Yeah, but I think he's a man of his own. He has strong opinions. He shares strong opinions.
Appiah knows deep down
that
the team is struggling.
So tomorrow, come and let's do this debate.
Okay, let's talk about Accra Hartlepool.
Yes.
Yeah. They appointed a former Black Stars
assistant coach, Masoud Didi Dramani. So I have a bit of an issue with the statement they put out in relation to the appointment of Masoud Didi Dramani, because they do have a head coach in Abubakar Ouattara, but in that statement, zero clarity on what Ouattara's role will be. Because you've appointed Masoud Didi Dramani, you've announced in that statement, you put there that he is the head coach. So what becomes of Ouattara? Because there are several rumors out there that he's been elevated to the TD role, that's a technical director. But the statement did not communicate that. And I thought it was wrong, because you are communicating to the people of Ghana. Or maybe if you want to make it a bit center it around the funds, you should let us know what Ouattara's role is. Because look, if you ask me, yesterday I said this on our sports show that in 2 years, I did not see a single blueprint from the Ivorian. I'm talking about Abubakar Ouattara, and I don't think that he's a good coach. And you've brought in somebody who has immense experience when it comes to local football. You're talking about the Black Stars assistant coach. You're talking about somebody who's won titles with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. You are telling me that Abubakar Ouattara, who is the technical director, is come to instruct Masoud Didi Dramani. You know, you get a picture I'm trying to paint. Yeah. Ouattara, if you look at his CV, prior to taking up the Accra House of Folk job, he was nobody. When it comes to coaching in Ivory Coast, there are top teams in Ivory Coast. We checked on his CV, but we gave him the benefit of the doubt. He came in, he finished the second season, he finished 4th with the club. They just ended season. This is somebody who is very experienced. And with him, his methodology is very different. Masoud Dramani is more like a teacher in where he's gotten to now. If you talk to him, I've had the chance to actually speak with him. If you listen to the way he speaks, I don't think that appointment makes sense for me, to be honest. Because I think if you want to have somebody occupying the TD role, it should be him rather, not Didi Dramani on the touchline. And sack the Ivorian. That's Ouattara. He's not good enough. You see, Haas and Kotoko have subjected themselves to this mediocrity in the last 2 years. We are talking about the FIFA Club World Cup. It could have been them, any of them, there. You have Esperance de Tunis. You have Alali. We have what? Mamelodi Sundowns. These are the people Haas and Kotoko should be rubbing shoulders with.
I know Kotoko should be at the Club World Cup. Even Haas, you know, if they're running things, should be there. I want you to come tomorrow to, you know, we have to delve into certain things you said. That, you know, has not sat well in my soul. But no time.
Which is what the Apia one.
Plenty even I wish you could expand further
on the hard one.
On the hard one.
Yes, I have a lot of
time.
Yes.
By extension, our local league and our local league management. But time fast spent. Gabi, thank you. So I really wish you to come tomorrow. I want to give a lot more time, so we'll go into the issues tomorrow on Sunday breakfast. Yeah,
that's our show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to the Agri Fair, right?
Straight away.
Charlie, I saw the chicken on TV.
So
it whet your appetite. That's where we're going to have our breakfast.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an amazing time per usual. We'll be back here on your screen Sunday morning, bright and early with Sunday breakfast. You do not want to miss it.
Bye.
On the Upside Down Show this week, we present to you the bold, vibrant, and brilliant Anita Esking. Expect nothing short of real talk, raw truths, and revelations. We always need that one opportunity to sprout, and she, like any other, isn't an exception. Ghana made me, she said.
My career started here.
Here in Ghana.
Right, Ghana is my foundation, 150%. Home is what built me.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Ghana is what built me. If you see Anita and who Anita is today, it's because Ghana built me. Yeah, 100%.
To the land. Right.
So love you, Canada, but Ghana built me.
And even though she's perceived as a superwoman, she's had to make tough decisions at some point.
I had to take 2 steps back away from my career. And also, and this is what I share with a lot of my friends and my colleagues now, is a wonderful appreciation that in different phases of your life, you are a particular person.
Right.
You don't have to be the same person you were before that.
Exactly.
You have nobody to please.
So, set your reminder and join us at 7 p.m. this Sunday, only on Channel 1 TV. This June, the Business Wave is back and it's bigger than ever. The City Business Festival 2025 on City FM and Channel 1 TV, where it's all about business. This June, we will be celebrating Ghanaian businesses, re-examining our business modules and practices through our business forum, and sharing knowledge through our on-air business discussions. Make a business date with the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and 10 a.m. on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. From expert interviews to real-world insights to the tools you need to grow. Don't miss a single moment this June. It's the City Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business. Only on City FM and Channel 1 TV. Your business, your future, your time is now. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and let's grow together. The City Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business. The City Business Festival 2025 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN Business, and Zondertech Ghana Limited. Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked. Welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
You had a fight with the management of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who?
By the system.
Baku has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving Yendi, which was even a more difficult case.
It's quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed in
us.
You are essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. If you based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to face with Umaru Sanda Amadou as on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV, where politics gets real.
When the stars come out, Ghana Weekend turns up the lights. From the hottest red carpet moments to the wildest after parties. And for all your celebrations, anniversaries, and unforgettable moments, if it's happening, we're there. First, fast, and fabulously. Your front row pass to Ghana's A-list lifestyle is just a click or a channel away. GhanaWeekend.com and Ghana Weekend TV, where fame meets the fans. Promote your next big event with us, because when you party with the stars, the whole nation of Black Stars should know. Visit GhanaWeekend.com, watch and subscribe to Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle at GhanaWeekend.com, on X at Ghana Weekend, on TikTok, Ghana Weekend, and on Facebook at Ghana Weekend. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, all access, all gone, all yours. Let's get into the world of sports like never before.
You know how we do it on Fridays.
Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM for Sports Panorama, your ultimate destination for all things sports.
One of the biggest scandals in this country's history. You can't spend 250 million USD and come out with that.
From the thrill of association football to the excitement of basketball, tennis, athletics, and even emerging sports, we cover it all. Whether it's the Premier League or the latest NBA showdown, we bring you the stories behind the stars.
Getting an opportunity to become a national team coach, he should understand the politics around football.
And don't miss the prayer of the rabbi.
Joe Zebal. How Zebal there? Zebal won Chaboke
We're not just about the games, we're about the community.
If you are going to be given this kind of treatment, then you need to be that guy. When I look at him play, he is not it.
Or when it's time for Don't Call Me.
Join
the conversation as we connect with fans across the country and beyond. What's the latest updates? Send us your thoughts and we'll feature your comments live on air. And remember, we like to hear your predictions for matches and your thoughts in general. Think you know who's going to win? Let us know.
Big shout outs to my YouTube people.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. only on 97.3 City FM. Sports Panorama, where sports come alive. Amen. Sports Panorama, your weekly sports fix. Don't miss out on the action. Sports Panorama. Catch the excitement every Friday.
challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and tales of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.